Hi, I'm Matthew Craig and you're watching The Market Bull. Joining me in the studio today is Core Energy Minerals Managing Director, Tony Greenaway. Thanks for your time, Tony.
Pleasure, thanks for having me in.
So just firstly, leach work at the Tunas Project has confirmed the existence of high-grade ionic clay REE mineralisation. Just take us through this test work and the results.
Yeah, so look, this is really quite a big step for us. Obviously we've been drilling out Tunas for a while. We're getting some great results out of those clays, which is good, but really the real key for that is, can we recover those? You know, it's all well and good to have good grades, which we do, in up around the 2.5 to 3,000 ppm across the project.
You can see this is one of the main holes we did here, hole 18, and the very last sample there is still running nearly 2,500 ppm total rare earths with a good proportion of magnetics in that as well. So that's encouraging for us, so it means that the profile is very thick. That anomaly sits over about 2 kilometres by a kilometre, so there's plenty of space in there for a reasonable deposit.
But are they leachable, easily leachable? And so that's the big question. So we did this first round of work and that was using an ammonium sulfate solution, which is a commonly used reagent for testing of these type of clays. Yeah, and we got really good recovery, so over 50% total rare earth, but more importantly we're getting sort of plus 60 in the magnetics, which is really good, including yttrium. So what that tells us is this is a bona fide ionic clay deposit or mineralisation that we're dealing with here. We know that it's widespread across the tenement. We know that we've got good grades and we've got a good proportion of the elements or the minerals are those magnetics and the heavies. So they're the really sought after ones, the high value minerals that we're looking at there. So that all bodes really well for the project. So yeah, really pleased with that first result.
What exactly do these results show and how will they impact the next stages of exploration at the project?
Yeah, so like I was saying, what it tells us is this is absolutely an ionic clay deposit. There are obviously hard rock deposits which are great, much higher grade, but really hard to unlock those rare earth elements out of those minerals. You've really got to crack them and it's quite costly, etc. So with an ionic clay, they're loosely bonded to the clay material, so you can extract those and recover those with less acidity and a whole lot less cost in the process. So that's the type of deposit we've been chasing, and what this means, the results means that we do have one of those. And as I said, that's a big step for us. We, at Core, we always used a really staged and gated exploration strategy. So we like to do a bit of work, assess what we've done, make sure we're on the right pathway before we go ahead and committing more work and money to that. And we've now opened a whole lot of gates with good grade, widespread mineralisation, and now really good recoveries from that leach test work. So really fantastic results.
I guess just lastly, what are the next steps for Core Energy and what news flow can investors look forward to over the coming months?
Yeah, so up till this point we've done auger drilling and that obviously is good that it's low impact. We can walk that bit of kit in there and drill the holes, but it's got a limit on the depth that we can get to. So maximum depth for that's about 15 to 16 metres. So we've put a number of holes down to that, and what we've seen is we're still getting 2.5 to 3,000 ppm total rare earth at the end of the hole. So it means that the ore body still keeps going. So what we need to do now is get a slightly larger rig in there and test that full profile down to bedrock. Now we don't have to bulldoze roads, we don't have to have a big environmental footprint at such an early stage. So we'll use man-portable rigs to go in, we'll do some diamond drilling to get good sample down to bedrock, test the full profile that we've seen there, and we'll also be able to get a whole lot more material for some more advanced and more definitive test work as well. So that'll be the next stage for us. Just down the road we've got Campo Largo, which again we know we've got good clay mineralisation down there. What I want to do is get that to the same stage as Tunas. So we'll be rolling in the auger rigs down there to do that sort of first 15 metres. And we know we've got plus 20 metres of clay down there at Campo Largo with really good grades and a really high proportion of magnetics. So I want to get that to the same point. And the reason for that is I want to have a bit more leverage over the drilling companies. If you've got a larger drilling program, you can tighten the screws a little bit to get a better rate on the drilling contract. So that'll be the plan for that. We'll go down there, do that auger, get that to the same point, assuming everything goes well with that initial test work down there as well. We'll roll out a diamond program across both projects at the same time.
Well, thanks for your time today, Tony, and we look forward to hearing what's next.
Pleasure, thanks for having me.